أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. This is Bela Khan. I am serving as lecturer of psychology in your International Open University now. So inshallah today we will be discussing how to effectively work from home. So of course lockdown and quarantine, so a lot of us have now been shifted to our homes. But for us as IOU staff, as IOU lecturer, personally for me, I've been working from home for past 6 years for IOU, and generally for me it's been almost 9 years since I've been working from home. So alhamdulillah, being a mother, it's a great blessing for me, and I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that this quarantine and work from home and everything, it becomes a blessing for you too, inshallah. Remember, my dear brothers and sisters, before I formally get into the topic, just a little bit of reminder for myself and for all of you, that in every trial there's some learning, and trials and tribulations and difficult times, they teach us what ease and comfort can never teach us. And a moment is fluid when it comes to circumstances. The strategies and techniques are modifiable as per the requirement of the circumstances. We are not rigid, right? We are flexible. Just let me share a few reminders with you before I formally start the topic. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Quran, Inna ma'al usri yusra. With every hardship there is ease. So inshallah, this has also come to pass. This is not going to last forever. Nothing has lasted forever, so this inshallah won't last forever either. What's required from us is to make it a learning experience. See what Allah wants us to learn. Take it as an opportunity to strengthen our relationship with Allah. Take it as an opportunity to learn about or know our Creator more, or what He expects from us, or what He wants from us. Take it as an opportunity to change the habits that we have been changing for years, but circumstances were not as they are right now. And again, I would like to share a hadith with you. Prophet ﷺ said, "Wondrous is the fear of the believer, for there is good for him in every matter, and this is not the case with anyone except the believer." So if you are a believer, here's the good news for you. If he's happy, then he thanks Allah, and thus there is good for him. And if he's harmed, then he shows patience, and thus there is good and khair for him. So this hadith basically tells us, if I put it into context of what we are discussing, so whether you're working from home or whether you're working from office, whether you like it or you do not like it, if you are patient at whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has written for you, inshallah, this whole experience will bring a lot of khair for you. So for those of you who are new to working from home, inshallah, we have some suggestions, inshallah, that can be helpful for you and can make this whole experience very pleasant for you, inshallah. And I'd start by requesting you to just take a moment and renew your intentions. Intentions are the foundation of everything. So whether we are happy that now our work has shifted to home, or we are sad because we are missing our office, in any case, renew your intention. Why were you going to the office in the first place? What's the reason? Why are you earning in the first place, right? Maybe it's to support yourself, maybe it's to feed your family, your kids, your parents, or maybe it's to take care of whoever you are responsible for. Whatever the case may be, working and earning rizq halal is a very respectful deed in the sight of Allah. And again, whether you work from home or you work from office, inshallah, have faith that you will be rewarded for earning rizq halal, no matter where you are working from. So renewing this intention and reminding yourself of all the rewards that are attached with earning halal, inshallah, this will make you kind of happy if you are sad about this whole thing, sad about working from home, and if you're missing your friends, or if you're missing the ambience of your office and missing your table, your chair, or whatever environment you were working in. So inshallah, this renewal of intention, no matter where I'm working from, I will be rewarded for earning halal. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says Allah is pure and He only accepts what's pure. So inshallah, this will give you it will kind of rejuvenate you, inshallah. This is the difference between us Muslims, believers, and the non-believers. Non-believers, for them, it might just be shifting from office to home. For us, it is like establishing our connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is about taking this opportunity to kind of feed our soul, which the non-Muslims unfortunately might not be doing. So this is a great opportunity for us. And when we're talking about spirituality, let's not forget making dua, right? When you make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is like establishing a connection, right? I just usually think about internet connection. If internet connection doesn't work, of course I cannot get connected to you and I cannot share the khair with you. But what about my connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? When you make dua, it is just like you establish that connection. And once this connection is established, the entire process is very, very smooth for all of us. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Quran, "Ud'uni astajib lakum." Call upon me and I will respond to you. So, whatever you feel before you start working, you're happy, you're sad, you're confused, you have no idea how are you going to work in the presence of your kids, with so much noise and so much hustle bustle, whatever it is for you, don't forget to establish the connection. Make a ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it easy for you. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help you accept this entire change, and you will see that inshallah things will fall into places. So once these two things are in place, once you have renewed your intention and your connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is established, let's see how do we work from home and what can actually help you. So the first suggestion that I have for you is to have a dedicated workspace. Now, what do I mean by that? Remember that everything has some neuro association. In psychology, we use the term neuro association, meaning your brain associates something with something else. I'm just trying to make it easy for you. So, for example, if your bed, let's talk about your bed. What is associated with your bed? Sleep, comfort, ease. What is associated with your bedroom? Again, relaxation, something of the sort, right? So when you wake up and start working from the bed, it's lethal for your work. Because, it will be very hard for you to wake up. It will be very hard for the brain to accept that, the day has started and you are now working, right? This is the reason that I suggest everyone to have a dedicated workspace, dedicated space where you work. And it doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be an entire room. It doesn't have to be a home office. I mean, it's a good thing if you can afford to have an entire room which is dedicated to your work, your learning, your library, everything, meaning your home office. But even if you have one bed apartment, and encourage you to have a table and chair in the corner and always work from that particular space so that your mind can attach, office mode with that space. So this is really, really important. I do not live in a very big house. It's a very small 2-bedroom apartment, but I always had, and I always have, of course, a space where I work from. And I don't know, but I can never work from, I can never work when I'm sitting on my bed. My brain has a very strong neuro association with my working place. I can only work when I'm sitting, when my back is straight like this, and when I am on my table and chair. The second thing is that please do not wake up and start working in your night suit, right? Because again, what is associated with night suit? Sleep is associated with it. So if you start working in your sleep dress, your brain wouldn't want to wake up. It would be just like, let me sleep. I'm still sleeping. So I'm not suggesting you to start, wearing your coat, pant, ties, whatever, your office attire. No, I'm not suggesting that. But just make sure that you change. And you change to something decent so that your brain accepts that, okay, that particular pattern is broken and now we have woken up and now we are working, right? The next thing is start early. Remember that Prophet ﷺ, he made dua for us that there should be barakah for us in the post-Fajr hours. So post-Fajr hours are the blessed hours. And trust me, what you can get done in half an hour post-Fajr, you can't even finish in 4 hours when, everyone is up and about. So reap maximum benefit of the stillness and of the silence and serenity of the post-Fajr hours to get your most important tasks done. There's this famous book by Brian Tracy in which he says, eat that frog. Meaning that, your most difficult task, your most difficult work, just get it done first thing in the morning, right? So that you can relax the rest of the day. Then the next is to watch your hours. If you have been assigned a dedicated time frame from your company or wherever you're working, good for you, stick to that. However, if your working hours are flexible, then it's a must to set your own working hours and stick to them. Because it's extremely crucial for the success of, working from home that you have set hours in which you're working. Otherwise, you'll keep delaying and delaying because, it's easy to be with the family and chill and relax. You'll keep delaying till, all the work piles up, and then tackling with all those files and everything, it will become very difficult. It will also add to your anger. So the poor kids are running around and they're seeing that, okay, daddy is home and daddy is also angry. So set your own hours if the company hasn't assigned you anything and stick to them. The next suggestion is, again, being Muslims, schedule your day around Salah. Meaning, make sure that you don't have a meeting or any important work or deadline when you have to offer your Salah, right? Barakah, it completely vanishes, it disappears when you miss your Fard Salah. So schedule in a way that, what I'd be working from, let's say, Fajr to Dhuhr, what shall I be doing after Dhuhr? Should I be taking a nap or should I still be working? Or should I be doing after Maghrib? So this scheduling in this way, it will really bring a lot of barakah. Again, this is what differentiates us from non-Muslims, that they can have everything, but of course, barakah is, inshallah, for us believers. Then, sunshine. A lot of people complain that when they are working from home, they often fall deficient of vitamin D, which is essentially coming from sun. And this happens when you're working in a dark room or when you are working in artificial light all the time. So what I recommend is to, just when you wake up, please remove the curtains. Let the sunshine come in, let the cool breeze come in. And, it's also very important to make sure that your melatonin, which is your sleep hormone, it kind of shut down so that you wake up. So the sunlight and the bright light, it also helps in shutting that off. So you will feel refreshed, you will feel awake, and you will not fall deficient of vitamin D. Vitamin D deficiency can cause a lot of trouble. I've spoken to a lot of people, and vitamin D deficiency has made them lethargic. They don't want to get off bed. They keep procrastinating things. They feel sad. They feel depressed. So it's something to take very seriously. So let the sunshine come in. It's free of cost, and it does a lot of wonder for our overall health. Then in a productivity world, we say that, your day starts a night before. Meaning, prepare your day a night before. So I keep telling the mothers that if your children are going to school, or if your children are, even if they are homeschooled, prepare a night before what they're going to study, or if they're going to school, what they're going to take for their lunch, or are their bags in place and their stationery in place, or their notepads in place. So this really helps us to, prevent ourselves from that morning time stress. So again, if you have now shifted and working from home, so plan your day a night before. And it is said that when you fail to plan, you plan to fail. I'll say that again. When you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So planning is a very essential part of working from home. Similarly, I'd say that organize and schedule everything. So the more planned you are, the easier it is for you to navigate your stuff. So I'd suggest have a diary, have a notepad, have a pen, because I'm a very traditional person. But if you're a very tech-oriented person and you like to have your apps and gadgets, fine. I mean, go ahead by all means. Have an app and schedule your day or whatever you'd like to schedule in that app. But scheduling is very important. It really helps. You know what to do or what tasks to complete at what time, right? It is said that if it is not in your calendar, you don't want to do it. If it's not scheduled on your calendar, it's not written on, which day do you want to do it? What time do you want to do it? How long are you going to work on this particular task? So scheduling, meticulous scheduling. So if it's not on your calendar, you don't want to do it. There's one technique that's called Pomodoro technique that I would really like you to look into. A Pomodoro technique, I'll just roughly explain it to you. So it's a technique that asks you to work for like 20-25 minutes of focused attention. You can set up an alarm like 20-25 minutes after when that alarm goes on. What you can do is you can stop the task and take a 10 minutes break and go ahead, relax, drink water, and then come back and then start working again. So I'd really like time wouldn't permit me to go into the details, but this technique has helped me personally a lot. And also my students have richly benefited from this technique, inshallah. So have a look into it and try to work for like 20-25 minutes of focused work and then take a 10 minutes or 15 minutes break. Then I'd encourage you to have a distraction-free zone. And when I say distraction, I have a couple of meaning. First is the social media distraction, WhatsApp distraction, your phone buzzing after every 30 seconds. Please make sure that when you're working, you don't have access to social media sites. Your phone is away from you if you do not constantly need it. Of course, for work, a lot of people need it. Remember, if you can't help it, maybe you can request your spouse or a trusted friend to change the password of your social media account for a while, and only when you're done with your task or when you're done with your working hours, only then give you that password, right? So maybe this can help you. This is just a suggestion. Please do not, if it backfires, it's gonna so you can try anything else. You can try anything else to just avoid that 21st century tendency to get distracted, right? Similarly, when kids are sleeping, this can be a very good time to get most of the work done. Personally, when I have to give classes or when I have to come online like this, I make sure that my husband is home to take care of the kids, because I cannot take any class with my kids around, because then I cannot focus, right? Because there are different categories of tasks. I check an assignment, I can reply to an email while my kids are playing around. That's fine, but I cannot teach. It requires focus. I cannot teach when my kids are around, so I make sure that my husband is there to take care of them, and it's only then I teach. But it's okay, even if the kids are around. This is nothing to get embarrassed about. It's fine, they are your kids and everybody knows that. One suggestion is to eat healthy, stay hydrated, and exercise. Now you might be thinking about, what does this have to do with working from home? Remember, you are what you eat. If you start your day with the pizza and your breakfast, you have ruined the entire day. I usually ask my students, what's the post-pizza feeling? Or what's the post-burger feeling? Yani, you're eating pizza and you're enjoying it, and you're eating a burger and you're enjoying it. But what about post that junk food feeling? It's horrible. You know that, I know that. So it's very important to make right food choices, the food that gives energy to our body, that nourishes our brain. Try eating wholesome food and nothing that spikes your blood sugar. A lot of us are working from home and drinking coffee full of sugar, latte and whatnot. So this is really bad for health. Similarly, stay hydrated, because dehydration causes so many difficulties, so many problems you can't even imagine. So fatigue and lack of concentration, just a few to name. So make sure that your body is hydrated enough. It's getting enough water so that you can concentrate and you do not feel fatigued, you do not feel tired unnecessarily. A lot of times what happens is that we misinterpret our thirst signal with our hunger signal. When we feel thirsty, rather than drinking water, we go and eat something. So make sure that you are drinking enough water to keep yourself hydrated. Similarly, exercise, I can go on and on when it comes to the benefit of exercise, but I'm just going to tell you a few things that it produces hormones that actually helps you to concentrate, that actually helps you boost your mood, make you feel happy, make you feel that you have achieved something. So all these things are very important to, when it comes to working from home. One last thing, second last thing, let's say. One thing that I'd like to say is that love more and forgive more. So of course now you're working from home, now your children is seeing mama or baba working from home and they're around. So, your kids, they're here today and they'll fly away tomorrow. We have heard about this emptiness syndrome. So use this as an opportunity to cherish this time. They might be making a lot of noise when you're working, when you're trying to concentrate. Forgive them anyway. Since now you're home, they would want to come and hug you more often. It's okay. As many times as they come, hug them. It's okay. Right? And be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for giving you this opportunity. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, La in shakartum la azidannakum. If you feel grateful, I'll give you more. Okay, a lot of questions about one. Alright. If there are no more questions, I'll seek your permission, inshallah. Maybe if Allah permits, we can do an entire session on Ramadan itself if there are so many questions. Let's see. I make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it you. I hope this session was beneficial, and I hope that inshallah you can now start working effectively from home. I'll ask your permission here. Okay, I'll rather not answer this question because inshallah, let's see if we can do a session on Ramadan, so I can answer your sleep, your nutrition, and your other questions on that. I'll seek your permission right now. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. La ilaha